right. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to episode 206 of the wrasslecast. I'm your host, Don Delarente, and I'm joined tonight by our wrasslecast broadcast journalist, Magnum Prime. What's going on, Greg?
What's up? You're far too kind with the whole journalist title, but I do appreciate it.
You're coming in with the insight, man. You're always going to be our, you're like our Dave Meltzer, Bill Apter, all in one.
Oh, even better.
And tonight, because Miss Didi Jonay is off in parts unknown, we're joined by a very special guest, one of our favorite guests, none other than Miss Alexis Littlefoot. What's going on, young Littlefoot?
Yeah, what's up?
How you been?
Shit, working.
Tell the people about the business and tell them where they can get those fresh teas.
AlexisLittlefoot.com/shop. And I can't tell you what I got in the works. Just know, have your coins ready, and it's gonna be lit.
All right. So please support her. She's always been a big supporter of the WrestleCast and everything that we do here. So please show your love back to her. The WrestleCast can be found on the net at www.cspn.us. So we'll get right into it. We talk about the Super Showdown that took place this past Saturday in Melbourne, Australia. 5 a.m. Thanks to everybody who used the hashtag the cast down under whenever they watched and live tweeted about it. It was a lot of good insights and fun tweets as always. So again, appreciate everybody, especially those who woke up at sometime around 5 to in between.
Yeah, that's what I was
7,
gonna ask. Niggas really got up at 5 a.m.
Some of us did, yes.
Hey, I had to do that to get into work on time, so I'm not doing it to watch wrestling. I'm sorry.
Where are you working at with that you got to be up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday?
Oh, it's the commute. It's the commute. It's not actually
okay.
punching the clock. It's a commute.
Okay, I was about to say only people up at 5 a.m. for work is truck drivers, and that's it, for
real. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who woke up, especially early with me to live tweet that. It was a lot of fun. So we kicked it off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between The New Day, and this time we have Kofi and Xavier Woods versus The Bar. Sheamus cuts off Kofi momentarily, but Kofi ends up making the save and dumps Sheamus to the floor. Woods cradles Cesaro for a 2 count. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on the floor. He tags in, and then Woods hits a backstabber, and Kofi flies in with a double stomp from the top, and the champs retain. So, Greg, good call on that last week on who you got. By the way, you and I tied in the standings for who you got. So,
I'll take it.
Yeah. A good. You were winning by a large margin. I had to make a comeback just to
come back.
Yeah. So this was a fun match to start off the show. Lots of energy. Of course, the New Day, the entrance is fantastic. Sheamus and Cesaro are good, strong, heels for them to go against, and the smaller, quicker babyface team got the win. So, Greg, your thoughts on the champs retain and what could be next for the New Day?
I'm really not sure at this point. I mean, they're definitely the hottest thing going in that division. I mean, maybe you put some other tag team together, some singles competitor, and with some other singles competitor and try to throw it against them. But I would really like to see the New Day kind of turn to something else where they're not the tag team that we know and love right now. I would like to see more so that someone leaves, namely Big E, and really gets a big push towards the title, preferably even win it.
You basically want them to do what they're doing with the Shield now.
Yes, but with black folks, yes, that's what I would like to see.
Does that require a turn, or can it just happen with Big E? Like, hey,
no,
we're still.
It never works out that way.
Or does Big E literally have to turn on them?
I mean, it would be original if he didn't turn on them, but yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. It'll probably be a heel turn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I definitely agree. I'd like to see Big E get a good singles push and be the champ. Jason Jordan versus Big E for the WWE Championship. That would be my
Jason Jordan's on Raw though, ain't
yeah, but he could always come back on SmackDown.
he? Yeah. I think we're due for another superstar shakeup, like after Survivor Series, anyway. So
Yeah, that seems about right. Seems about right. So our second match of the evening at the at the Super Showdown, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte locks on the Boston Crab, but Becky makes the ropes. Becky powders and then she teases leaving. Charlotte cuts Becky off and rolls her back in the ring. Charlotte hits another spear and locks on the figure four. Becky grabs the title and hits Charlotte for the disqualification. Charlotte attacks Becky post match, but Becky hits an exploder on the floor and she leaves with her title. So again, Becky Lynch over like Rover, Charlotte Flair doing her best to, try to be the baby face in this, but, you know, by all accounts with the fans, and I think just the feeling of the overall Becky Lynch character, she's the heel here. This was a good match, not as good as the title match where Becky won, but it'll do for what this was to continue the story. Any thoughts on this particular match, Greg, that you had?
I was actually surprised that it went as long as it did. I didn't think they were going to give them that much time on this show. And considering what happened down the road with Daniel Bryan and The Miz, I guess that was cheers to them on that.
Now, Miss Littlefoot, what do you think about this edition of Becky Lynch that we've gotten since SummerSlam? Are you feeling this, or do you think they need to try to do a little something different to make her more of a heel?
I mean, I definitely feel the heel turn. I mean, they didn't. If you look at the roster, they don't really have that many heels, singles heels in the women's division on SmackDown anyway. And we already seen Charlotte as a heel within the last few years, so that would be irrelevant. Um, I mean, I just feel like the SmackDown women's division is lacking in its own self. So I mean, this is the best thing they got going for their brand at this point.
I agree with that for sure. Becky's been a breath of fresh air in this current iteration that she's in. She's definitely changed up from where she was, just kind of middle of the road, kind of in the pack. She's definitely standing out, and having the title makes it even better. So,
yeah,
kudos to her. Elias and Kevin Owens are here, so it's time to walk with Elias. Shout out to Miss Didi Jonay. They heel it up on Australia, and Kevin says the show should have been in Canada. Lashley, without Lio Rush, interrupts, and John Cena and his weird hair come out. So before we start the match, let's talk about John Cena's follicles. Looks like he's been hanging out at the hair club for men lately, and in his time in China, he morphed into like JBL. So yeah, I know that you saw the Super Show. I don't know if Littlefoot, if you saw some of the pictures online or not.
I saw the pictures. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you go first, Littlefoot. Talk about the aesthetic of John Cena's new hair.
I mean, the man's 40. What do you want him to do? So, I mean, we're just seeing. I mean, he's taking the breakup bad. Like, woo, bad. Like, I feel bad for John Cena right now. He was doing all those antics to get his baby back. She wasn't having it, and then he just fell off.
Greg, the jorts with that haircut, it just doesn't match. It doesn't go together, huh?
No, but you know what that haircut is called? It's called getting that Jackie Chan money. That's what that's about. So it doesn't matter what type of haircut he's getting. You just need to go ahead, just continue to take his break away from the WWE or either leave and just chill out in China, work with Jackie Chan, and make a whole lot of money. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, well, it worked out for The Rock to, go to Hollywood and make a whole lot of money. So if John Cena has a chance to make a whole lot of money in China, why not? John Travolta's been doing it for years. So we get John Cena and Bobby Lashley versus Elias and Kevin Owens. Lashley hits a desperation spine buster and makes the hot tag to John Cena. John Cena runs wild, playing the hit with the shoulder tackles and the proto bomb, the five knuckle shuffle, and then the AA connects. Then John Cena hits his new move, the sixth move of death, whatever he was trying to lightning.
Six move of doom.
Six move of doom, excuse me.
Yes.
The sixth move of doom, the lightning thrust or punch or whatever. It's just a glorified thrust to the throat. And he gets the win. Then he gets on the mic and he thanks all the fans. And then he says he doesn't know what his future holds. So, company man John Cena, him and Bobby Lashley get the win. Nothing to see here. Next up, it's Asuka and Naomi versus the Double Iconics. Naomi runs wild. She hits a disaster kick and the split-legged moonsault, but Billy Kay makes the save. Asuka takes out Billy Kay and Naomi follows with the plancha. Billy Kay cuts Naomi off on the floor, and then she cuts off Asuka. Back in, we get a knee strike by Peyton, and she gets the pin on Naomi, and the hometown girls, the Double Iconics, get the win. Greg, this wasn't supposed to happen. This isn't the way that they book things.
It's not, but I mean, this is the way it should have went. I think any other promotion, that's what they would have done. You would have let the crowd go home happy. So they broke with tradition, and everybody was happy, I suppose. But maybe this will really catapult those two into a bigger program, because that was a big moment.
Did you hear the part where Renee was like, "Oh my gosh, I really like to see Naomi and Asuka like this, especially Asuka, where she's dancing around and having fun." And Cora's like, "I don't know, I like it better when she just kick people in the head." Like, I don't know if he was supposed to say that, but I was kind of agree with you there a little bit.
Got to speak the truth. That's what heels do. They speak the truth.
So next up, we have Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. No count out, no disqualification. So, young Littlefoot, before we get into this match, did you like the build up to this? Did you like the old school way that Samoa Joe was getting into AJ Styles' head and making it a very personal issue?
Yeah, I mean, I like the theatrics. I love some drama in my storylines. But we've already known that Samoa Joe and AJ Styles are going to do good work together because they have history. So, it's a smart move.
Yeah. So Joe takes Styles to the corner. He sets him up top and he teases the muscle buster, but AJ Styles slips out as Samoa Joe's knee gives out. AJ Styles gets a cradle, but Joe transitions into the coquina clutch, and they tease the Hell in a Cell finish. But AJ Styles transitions into the calf crusher, and Samoa Joe taps out. I don't like that Samoa Joe keeps coming up short in these championship matches. He's not Bailey. He's worthy of being the champion. He could be a believable champion. So hopefully he will get his run. But G, what do you think about AJ Styles? It's turning out that he is the new John Cena.
I tried to warn y'all. The Cena 2.0 tried to tell you. But this was their best match in the series.
You think so?
I think so.
It was a clean finish for once. So AJ Styles,
clean
heel tactics,
clean finish. But I feel bad for Joe. I've asked the question before, but I wonder if he's still being held back because what happened between him and Tyson Kidd. I'm just wondering if there's
Wait, what
any
happened?
grief that was given to him.
Fill me in. I don't know what happened. What happened?
Oh, when he dropped Tyson Kidd on his
Yeah,
neck and almost killed
yeah,
him, because that's the reason why Tyson Kidd is no longer a active wrestler. He
yeah. That's
in a
why he's
dark,
backstage. Yeah,
yeah,
Samoa Joe did that?
yeah, in a
yeah.
dark match. He gave him the muscle buster, and Tyson Kidd is like literally inches away from not being alive anymore.
7%
Oh.
chance of survival with people who have that injury.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a scar about.
I
think
mean, I
it's
know about the neck injury. I
right.
just didn't know that was the person that did it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And in no way am I suggesting there was any type of intent there.
Oh
Not at
no,
all. That's not the
no.
case. But sometimes people trust can be an issue. And I just wonder if that's why, or if someone just has a
I
extra
mean,
barrier against him.
the thing is, trust in wrestling. I mean, if I got beef with you, I'm not expect in real life. I'm not, and I have to work with you. I'm not expecting you to kill me in the like. This ain't the fucking 80s where somebody could probably get over by doing that. This is fucking 2018. So I don't think. I mean, and plus Samoa Joe's a veteran in the game. So if like Daniel Bryan said about Brie Bella, like you're expecting somebody that has had years in the game, apparently. I mean, over Samoa Joe, over Brie Bella, of course, but I'm not saying he did that intentionally.
Oh no, I don't think he did it intentionally either. I don't think that's the case. But sometimes people, when it causes an injury, there's a trust there that kind of goes away for some of the competitors and some of the people backstage. I don't even know if that's the case with Joe. I just think he's far too talented in the ring and on a mic to not be a champion there. And I'm just wondering what's the cause of that.
Right.
Probably because he's a TNA guy.
Yeah, AJ's a TNA guy too.
Exactly.
But he's a lot more. Uh, he's a lot more money behind him because he's a white man. I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
Yeah, that's true.
And plus,
That's true.
they already have a Samoan champion. Can't have two at the same time. Just like we can't have two black champions at the same time. Come on.
Well, I mean, they could think
They're not
outside the
doing that.
box
It's too it's
and
too many
do it.
minorities. They don't know how to handle it. They already let them do one at a time.
Those are very good points, Miss Littlefoot. I mean, like the Miz, you be spitting those hot facts. So everybody's favorite, the Bella Twins, they're here with Ronda Rousey to go against the Riot Squad. Low key, the highlight of this match was Liv Morgan literally kicking Brie Bella in the face like kapow, like how's it feel to get in the face? Like, didn't knock her out, but I think you got her back a little bit. Hope you feel better. So the match builds up to Ronda Rousey finally getting the hot tag. She tosses fools around. She lays in strikes on Logan. The spinning slam by Ronda Rousey follows. The Bellas fight off the others, and Liv Morgan sends Brie into the steps. Liv saves Sarah Logan from the armbar, and they look to work over Rousey, but Rousey fires up and puts the armbar on Liv and Sarah Logan for the win. So everybody thought there was going to be some type of heel turn, but no, it was just a straight up win. Everybody goes home happy. They saw Ronda Rousey beat up some folks, toss some folks around, and yay. G, anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down. I mean, they could have went the other way, and I thought they were going to do that, especially since they were building to Crown Jewel anyway. But I mean, whatever. They the crowd went home happy. I didn't think they were going to go home happy with the Iconics. So you got me. You got me.
Speaking of the crowd going home happy, we have the hometown boy, Buddy Murphy, versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy hits a jumping knee strike, but Cedric Alexander counters into a cradle, and then he gets a Spanish fly, and that gets a 2 count. Alexander hits the lumbar check, but Buddy Murphy kicks out. Alexander looks for a springboard, but flies into a knee strike. Murphy's Law follows, and we have a new cruiserweight champion. So, Buddy Murphy finally knocks Cedric Alexander off the perch over at 205 Live. I got a privilege to see these two guys have a championship match back in June at the live SmackDown that they had in Raleigh, and that match was off the chart. So I knew that this match was going to be, just as good, but I wasn't expecting this outcome. So we're 0 for 2, Greg, in the hometown heroes scenario.
I know, right?
Your thoughts on Buddy Murphy getting the title? Alexa Bliss's boyfriend did good.
That's her fiance, ain't it?
Huh?
That's her fiance, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, Beyonce. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess with Trump in the White House, he needs to make moves so he can stay in the country.
I mean, shit, they ain't going nowhere anyway. So.
But yeah, Greg, your thoughts on Buddy Murphy as the new cruiserweight champ?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. We don't watch that much of 205 Live anymore, but the match he had a couple months ago with Ali, I think it really burned the house down. So I mean, the guy can go. So I'm sure he'll have a nice reign. And I'm sorry I won't be able to watch it because I don't watch 205 Live anymore.
Why not? I mean, I don't either, but I'm just curious.
It just the storylines never really captivated me, and it's just so much out there that you can watch in wrestling outside of the WWE universe.
But it's on Wednesdays now. They took my advice. It's on Wednesdays now. Might be a little bit more enticing to watch.
They still need to move it to Full Sail, though. It needs the crowd. The one thing is missing is it doesn't have the crowd.
That would help.
The crowd can do a lot for mediocre shows, especially if they put on good matches. Now, they have really good matches. Now, if you just want to see some really good matches and cruiserweight style WWE version, then yeah, that's cool. But if you're here for like, oh man, I need some story, or I need some drama, or I need something compelling,
NXT.
The thing is,
there you go.
People buy 205 Live tickets because it's an incentive because they're going to SmackDown. They're not buying a 205 Live ticket. They're buying a fucking SmackDown ticket, and they're just saying for the free show at the end. 205 Live at Full Sail is the same thing. They can't sell. They've already proven that they can't sell tickets on their own because they had that whole little cruiserweight tour, and that shit barely sold any tickets. And Enzo was the champion at that time. So if your main man that sold all the fucking merch for you that whole year couldn't get you to sell out a cruiserweight tour, what makes you think that they're going to sell out a weekly Full Sail arena? I don't even think NXT sells out Full Sail.
I don't know about the selling out of the arenas per se. I just think the energy of the people being into what's going on in the ring.
Ain't gonna be no energy if no asses and no seats.
But I think the people at the Full Sail would show up because, okay, like the first Cruiserweight Classic, they showed up for that, and that had a lot of buzz to it, and the crowd was great.
It had a lot of buzz because you didn't know what was going on. There's no storyline. We're not going to keep going to see Mustafa Ali and flipping around. We're not doing that. Unless y'all bringing Rey Mysterio out as a surprise, but we all know WWE can't do nothing without telling on themselves on the WWE app, oh, watch SmackDown 1000 because Rey Mysterio is going to be there. Not watch SmackDown 1000 because it's SmackDown 1000. You'll never know who's
Or
gonna show up. Like you have to tell everything that you're about to your next move, and that makes me like I seen it on the WWE app a few days ago. Rey Mysterio gonna be on SmackDown next week. I mean, am I gonna watch it even more because you told me what was gonna happen, or should I feel shitty because I missed out if I didn't watch SmackDown on Tuesday? You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
You don't give
yeah.
us any incentive to watch your product because you tell us what's gonna happen. We already know the shit's scripted anyway. So don't tell me a week before what's gonna happen in the script next week. Like that's
Well,
stupid.
I guess they feel like it's promotion. So, like, hey, if you know about it, maybe maybe it won't make you watch it
Yeah.
anymore, but you'll
Promotion
tell
would be
somebody that hey,
promotion would
Rey
be
Mysterio's coming.
promotion would be you never know who's gonna show up. You might want to keep just something like that. Tease me, don't spoil
I
it.
got you. I got you.
That's what you have dirt sheets for, is to spoil like not the product that I'm watching shouldn't be telling me what's going on. The dirt sheets should still be telling me what's going on. That
Well,
information's still gonna get out onto the internet anyway. So I don't need WWE's just trying to beat everybody to the punch by telling what the fuck they're doing.
yeah, I was about to say maybe they feel like they need to try to get out in front of it, and then they spoil their own stuff, and they make their own news that way.
I mean, you can make your own news like the same way they did by announcing Mixed Match Challenge 2, because that was something that nobody knew what was going on, and then you announce it on the app. That's something that you make your own news and make your own headlines. Crown Jewel, when you announce that you're doing a World Cup at Crown Jewel, that's how you make your own headlines. But telling me that somebody that I fucking grew up watching is going to be on SmackDown Live instead of surprising me, like now everybody that's going to SmackDown Live, wherever that's SmackDown 1000's at, is like, bet. I mean, I already have my tickets bought, but shit, Rey Mysterio gonna be there though. Not wow, I went to SmackDown 1000 and Rey Mysterio showed up. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So
That's just me. That's just me.
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see who else they have because I mean they promoted Evolution being there too, but I'm pretty sure there'll be some more people they haven't announced that'll show up.
Wasn't
For
Evolution a Raw faction though?
I just think they just got a chance to get Batista out there, so they don't put him out there.
I mean, yeah, well, he is a SmackDown hero in
Yeah.
in his own right, but shit, we don't need Evolution there. I mean, well, I guess Randy Orton's on SmackDown too, so okay, I guess.
Yeah. So back to the Super Showdown, we'll talk about the Shields versus the Dogs of War. The Shield pummels Drew, but the Shield bomb is broken up by Braun. Braun dumps Reigns and then Rollins to the floor, and he runs over Reigns and then Rollins with the shoulder tackles. Back in, Dolph hits the zigzag on Ambrose for a 2 count. They dump Ambrose and Braun charges, but Reigns saves Ambrose by spearing Braun through the barricade. Dolph super kicks Ambrose, then the Claymore zigzag combo is broken up by Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds, and he pins Dolph Ziggler to give the Shield the win. Didn't think that this was going to be the outcome. I thought the heels were going to win this one, but everybody got to see the Shield go home as the winners, and so I guess putting smiles on faces, as they say. G.
yeah, that's what you want to reward the audience. That should be the goal.
They rewarded the audience in this next match as The Miz took on Daniel Bryan for the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Miz attacks at the bell, working over the ribs of Daniel Bryan, which were injured on SmackDown. Miz mocks Daniel Bryan, but runs into a head kick. Daniel Bryan fires up and lays in guest kicks. Bryan misses the Basaki running knee, but Miz hits his own running knee and covers for 2. The Miz is feeling himself. He tries to put Daniel Bryan in the skull-crushing finale, but Daniel Bryan counters into a small package, and Daniel Bryan gets the win. So The Miz was totally in shock. This took about, 3 minutes, it seemed like, and the match was over. Daniel Bryan with the quick roll-up for the victory. So he's going to be the new number one contender. I didn't think that this match was going to be this short, G, but I think the right outcome happened for what they're trying to tell.
Yeah, agreed. I do think that was the case. Although I would like to see the Miz in the main event again. I mean, I guess this was kind of a main event, but I wouldn't mind seeing him going after the title again. I think he's gotten to a position to where he's become, you know, one of the top heels again. So I wouldn't mind seeing him. But I mean, has there been any definite word on what caused the match to be so short? Was it because the last match was going to run so long, or I heard rumors that maybe Brian had got um, injured earlier in the week? Has anything been confirmed?
I haven't heard anything about that. I just know that it just seemed like it was kind of out of nowhere that you figured they would have had a much better, a much longer showcase on this particular show, but it was what it was.
That's true.
Main event time. Triple H with Shawn Michaels in his corner versus The Undertaker with the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Kane in his corner. No disqualification match. The Heartbreak Kid slides in a sledgehammer to his buddy Triple H while Kane gives Undertaker a chair. Triple H hits the chair in the Undertaker's face with the sledgehammer, but there's no ref. Taker locks in Hell's Gate, but still, there's no ref. Triple H gets the sledgehammer and uses it to choke out Undertaker and escape. Shawn Michaels runs in and grabs the sledgehammer. Kane runs in and HBK low blows him. Undertaker dumps Shawn Michaels to the floor. He gets the sledgehammer and then he hits a choke slam on Triple H. Shawn Michaels gets back in. He hits a super kick. He tries for another, but that is blocked. And Triple H hits the Undertaker with the sledgehammer. Shawn Michaels hits another super kick. Triple H hits the pedigree, and Triple H gets the win. So for no disqualification match, they used all the smoke and mirrors they could to get the Undertaker through this match. Lots of brawling, table spots, interference. All the bells and whistles. G.
Bro, let that man. Bro, y'all don't even want to hear what I gotta say about the Undertaker. Let that man live on his ranch in Texas and vote for Trump with his Trump signs and shit in his front yard and shit. Leave this man alone. Why do y'all have to keep digging this man up? Like, for what?
Because the people still love him. He's still probably his appearances get the most views and the biggest pop every time.
I'm
But
saying there is somebody out there in the world. I can't think of it right now, but there is somebody in the world that you could probably dig up that just got a little bit more in the tank than y'all gonna kill this man.
we
And I would
don't
hate
love,
to, I'd hate to have that on my hands.
but we don't love 30-minute long match Undertaker. We don't want that. We want what we had at
We love a
WrestleMania.
living
Just have
Undertaker. Fuck
a
all of
short.
that. We
I
love a
mean,
living Undertaker. Let this man stay alive for the next 20, 30 years. Y'all could dig up his wife and people would be more happy than y'all about to kill this man. And I can't have that. I can't have that happen on my watch. I'm not gonna support this. I'm not. Y'all was quick to dig up Shawn Michaels. Well, y'all got people that got a little bit more in the tank. I know Shawn Michaels got more in the tank than Undertaker does. Y'all been running this man dry for the last since WrestleMania 34. Y'all should have just let it go. Or 30. My bad. Yeah, let it go. Just let it go. This has gone on long enough.
After this match, we have a curtain call type moment as the Undertaker and Triple H hug and all four men stand tall together. We have the photo op type moment, and then all of a sudden, Kane and Undertaker attack Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Undertaker tombstones Triple H. HBK gets choke slammed through the announce table, and it's not over, folks. So Greg, were you ready for the tag match that it's gonna ensue? The angle there at the end. Did you see it coming? Did they swerve you, bro?
Well, I mean, there was word out there that this was gonna lead to a tag match, and then you actually saw it play out. But I mean, really, when Triple H was choking out Taker with the sledgehammer, I wanted somebody to choke me out at that point. I was done. I I'd seen enough of this. There was nothing else. There's no more compelling action I think that could take place in any form. We've seen it
Exactly.
all,
Seen it
so
all.
it
Let it
doesn't do
go.
anything for me. But hey, the guy who's cutting the check, the crown prince, who's probably kidnapping and murdering people, but you won't know that if you don't watch anything outside of WWE.
Allegedly.
Uh, yeah,
Allegedly.
Wait,
allegedly.
wait, what's going on?
They have video on the guy getting well, whatever. Yeah, allegedly.
What's
But
going on? Hold on, y'all ain't gonna just be talking about shit and then not let me know what's going on.
yeah, there's a Saudi reporter who is believed that he was murdered in the Saudi Arabian embassy in Turkey. So they think it was under maybe allegedly the orders of the crown prince of Saudi Arabia.
And they about to take a whole WWE pay per view there? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think the check has cleared, so
Well,
they're going there.
the Saudi Arabians got big motherfucking money. They track cleared 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big money.
So all in all, G, what you think about Super Showdown as a whole?
Uh, it was. I would say it would be better. It's better than their normal, fill in the blank here pay per view that they have during the month. That's not a big show, so it was cool.
I would have rather had this on Facebook Watch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I could have gave that shit to Facebook.
Yeah, it had some, storyline stuff, and it had some kind of house show stuff, kind of mix of both in there. So it had, enough fun and enough serious where,
But do we need
it
a
felt
whole pay per
variety.
view for it though? No, we didn't.
WWE's in the pay to play business right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that, but that was a big waste of money.
Well, they got paid for it. They paid the WWE to stage the event too, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
not
that was
saying
a
that,
win-win for
but
them at
I
least.
mean, you got your Australian money, of course, but I don't think the numbers are very high for Americans that watch that. First of all, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. And then when I woke up at 9 a.m., I felt like the shit was still going on. Like,
It,
but the
it
shit was 5 hours?
It
it
was
probably
4 hours.
was.
Yeah, it was 4 hours.
Probably was. But still, they got, if you were a subscriber to the network, they got your money either way, and they got the Aussie dollars. So they just
Oh,
put something on,
I got the network, but I ain't got the network.
Well, yeah, I know. Other means is awesome. But for those who are subscribers, they got your money. So
Shit.
it's just whatever. It's all gravy. Something on top.
And this is what I think will open up the chance that maybe you'll get like a WrestleMania in like London or somewhere, is because before
Oh,
with pay-per-view it was all about, oh, you got to watch it live. It's got to be at a suitable time, so the pay-per-view.
first of all, a WrestleMania in London?
Yeah. I think it's
More
closer
like
than
maybe a Royal Rumble in London. I believe that. But WrestleMania,
Oh no, I think WrestleMania is closer than you think, because you have the network, so it doesn't matter if it's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. Because if you want to watch it at 10 o'clock at night, that same night, you can.
yeah, but I didn't think they gonna let they crown jewel, no pun intended, go fall in the hands of
Oh, it's
being
a
shown at 8 o'clock at night on Monday versus.
What
I
them
don't think
what
they're gonna let
what
that
them
happen.
dollars at?
I was about to say, it's not a pick and choose thing like it used to be. People literally put together these packages like, hey,
I know it's like putting a package
like the
together
Super Bowl.
for a fucking All-Star weekend. I understand. I know what goes
Right,
into that.
right.
Charlotte did it for fucking 5 years and tricked it and then got it back. So
Right, right. So this is why I think that if they say, hey, we got the package, y'all got NXT UK over here, y'all got the support, y'all over here.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I don't think they gonna. I mean, a lot. Not. You gotta factor in how many. Of course, the majority demographic is American that travel to WrestleMania because it's within the 50 states.
But they
What
would,
percentage of the people that fly from overseas come for WrestleMania? Be realistic. Those numbers are not high percentages. Maybe in the 10 percentile. 10,
I think
10%.
I think it's a little bit more like 20 because you got to
Yeah,
think you got people
could
coming
be.
from Japan and wherever. I think it's a little bit more than that. But you have to figure if it's in London, then all those people who live in Scotland and Belgium and all these other people who are within a flight will
Or
come the
or
same.
Asia. It's a shorter trip if
I
you're coming
understand. Like it's
staying in China.
fucking Paris is a
Short trip.
train right away. Like, of
Right.
course they have a high, but their fucking main demographic is a fucking American because
But
they're a fucking American company. I
but
mean,
it's
it's a
world.
world based custom
Mhm.
company, but they're based in fucking America. So
But the people in those countries though that don't get a chance to see it that often are rabid. And if they got WrestleMania, oh yeah, they would turn that. You wouldn't have to worry about having enough people show up and
I just know I ain't
all
going
of
and I
that
ain't
stuff
watching.
and
That's all
shit.
I fucking say to it.
I
I'm not
probably
doing
wouldn't.
neither.
Yeah, I wouldn't make that trip for that
And
either.
I made that trip to NOLA in a heart motherfucking beat. I pressed as soon as
Right.
they said New
But you
Orleans, I
but you
pressed the
gotta
button.
but you gotta think about it. Okay, so think about the person who lives in Belgium. That's like, man, that shit's gonna be in, let's say it's in San Francisco. Man, I'm not
Mm,
making that fucking trip.
I get a trip to I get a chance to come to America for the first time. Get to see wrestling. Spend there a week. Do a tour shit. Who's not doing that? My friend from Britain did it for New Orleans. She had never been to America before. I know some people that went to Super Showdown in Australia that are Australian that are going to fucking WrestleMania next year. They the people that live overseas have the means to do that. The people that live in America don't really got bread like that to travel over fucking seas. Is
So
what I'm saying. They money's a little different, spends a little bit different, and they are a lot more willing to spend their money over there than we are. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
right.
Will
Well,
it sell out via their fan base? Of course, but first of all, your American fan base, which is a majority of your money, is going to be very royally pissed off because they were pissed off about Super Showdown. Super Showdown did not do that well in American reception just because it wasn't like Beast in the East. I had to wake up at fucking Beast in the East was probably their most tuned in American wise, and it was at 5 a.m. Then this. I think this is the last pay per view that they've done that was kind of like that, where if you were in America, you had to wake up at the crack of dawn to tune in.
yeah, I don't know.
They're coming off Crown Jewel, where everybody had the luxury of sitting at work or sitting at their desk or wherever they were doing, wherever they were at during the fucking daytime when people are awake and doing things.
At the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, my bad. The Saudi Arabian,
Yeah.
which was
Well,
only a few months ago.
like I said, if it, I think they just understanding now. It doesn't matter when you watch it. And like Greg said,
Yeah,
we got your money now. So if
yeah.
you watch it, cool. If you watch it live, cool. If you watch it 5 hours later, cool. If you watch it 5 days later, cool.
I ain't
It's.
watching that shit.
If
I
you
mean,
watch, if you
it's
watch, if you
content.
watch one match, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still content.
I ain't watching that shit. Period. Cool.
Yeah, but again, like we're saying, it's they're in a different game now. It's not
yeah.
like
I
10,
understand that.
20 years
Yeah,
ago where it
I,
was like,
I understand that.
if you don't watch our shit, we in trouble. Now it's like, huh, whether
Right,
you
because the
watch it or
shit they
not.
made the shit where it's like it's they own shit. You ain't gotta go through fucking HBO or pay per view or whatever your network
Exactly.
was,
It's
your
that
cable
content.
provider was to go. They have they race to their shit. You got to get they basically canceled out the middleman. You can't we the source now. Like you can't get your shit our shit from anybody else.
Right.
They like the drug dealer that eliminated the plug. Like we here I'm here. Come get my product from me directly. Not no corner boy.
make sure that you always support our plug by going to cspn.us, clicking on that tab that says keep the podcast free. Support Amazon, Busted Tees, Audible.com. Keep all the podcasts and the wrasslecast free each and every week. So we'll talk about Monday Night Raw really quick. Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out. They basically talk about respect, and they're getting the band back together. So at Crown Jewel, it's going to be HBK and Triple H versus Kane and Undertaker. New, the Generation X is back in effect in 2018. Going to the well.
Why'd you say it like that?
Well, because it wasn't that great in 2006.
You tripping. Woo, you motherfucking tripping. Shut your damn mouth.
It was great in 2000, but it wasn't as great in 2006.
You a bald-headed ass lie.
So it sounds like you're excited.
I went to that Vengeance that year. So they got back together.
Okay.
So of course and Shawn Michaels is the GOAT.
Speaking of which, how you feel about the bald head?
Oh, yeah, that shit's trash. I don't know who told him that was okay.
I think that was Mother Nature. You didn't have.
But I am glad he let it go. He didn't do the Paul Heyman and just rode that shit till it really all the way fell out. So he knew it was time. But didn't he get hair plugs? So that didn't work out. He got a botch job. Cause I could have swore that shit was going in 06 and then popped back up with a full head of hair. So I'm confused that he just let it go entirely. Or he got a botch job.
Well, yeah, so he's going to be back in the ring with Triple H. So he's coming out of retirement. It's official. So in a couple of weeks at the Crown Jewel, November 2nd. First match on Raw, Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens. Bobby Lashley turns heel on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens goes up top. Leo Rush distracts him. Take my sip. Bobby Lashley attacks. Bobby Lashley starts working over the knee. He hits the big ending, and he gets the win. After the match, he just continues to relentlessly attack Kevin Owens' knee. Both the knees. He, keeps running him around the ring post and just, doesn't stop when, unmercifully, and then he finally gets enough and he walks to the back. So Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush, heel life supreme.
I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, everybody been waiting for it, so they finally got there.
I like that energy. I like Leo Rush though, because he's a shit talker. I love shit talkers.
Dougie Fresh Jr.
Chill out.
That man looks just like Dougie Fresh. The only thing I didn't like about that, though, is Bobby Lashley's got to start listening to his manager. When his manager starts screaming out, put the boots to him, put the boots to him. You need to be putting the boots to him.
But he's supposed to be that annoying, because even Bobby, when he kept talking, even Bobby kept looking back at him like, nigga, shut up. What the fuck are you talking about? I think it is supposed to be that little dynamic where he's like the annoying little cousin.
But to Leo versus credit, he did a good job of setting up the heel turn because that crowd was not fucking with the go Lashley go.
Not at all. Not at all.
Bailey and Finn Balor being interviewed. They will have a rematch tonight with Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox when Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush interrupt. Bobby Lashley says that he put on an ass whipping to Kevin Owens and they should be talking about him. So they just, basically the full heel turn is complete. Elias is here. Elias says that he's a legend. John Cena knows this is true. He said losing in Australia wasn't his fault, and he has a new song about it. He starts mocking John Cena's hair, the Cubs, and Australian accents, and Ronda Rousey comes out. Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins face off against the Riot Squad. Ronda Rousey gets the win as usual. And then after the match, Nikki attacks Ronda Rousey. The Bella Twins beat Ronda Rousey down. Rousey fights off Brie Bella, then runs off Nikki. They brawl on the floor. Ronda Rousey gets posted and slammed into the steps. They roll Ronda back into the ring, and Nikki poses over a fallen Ronda Rousey. So what we thought was going to happen in Australia happened on Monday Night Raw. Because Greg, we should have seen this coming because we know they book for TV and not for big events.
But not even
Exactly.
that. They're not gonna book a heel turn like that when nobody's awake to watch it.
Good point on that too. Bailey and Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Bailey and Finn Balor get the win. The coup de grace to Jinder Mahal gets the
Why
win.
are we watching mixed match challenge matches on TV?
Because we just came back from Australia and we got really nothing we can do with some of these people. So we just got
We've
to.
been seeing this. We've been seeing Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox for the last few weeks, though.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to make it a thing
For what?
because they got to make people watch the mismatch challenge.
We ain't watching that shit anyway because it's on Facebook. Yeah, like, come on, WWE. Come on. You know the shit we watching. Anything that I gotta pull out my laptop for after I already watched TV, probably not doing that. I'm sorry. And anything that I could watch on YouTube probably after the fact, I'm definitely not gonna watch.
We got some dissension between the Dogs of War. Drew and Dolph are having some problems. Braun basically tells both of them to shut up and know their roles. Baron
Huh.
Corbin's holding a tournament, a battle royal to qualify for the World Cup at the Crown Jewel. Slater wants to be in it, but Baron says he ain't good enough. So Corbin has a whole bunch of jobbers with these international gimmicks. The jobbers all attack Corbin. He fights them all off, but this one jobber, the Conquistador, is just chilling on the floor. Corbin tosses out all the jobbers until the Conquistador comes back in the ring. He starts tossing Corbin around with German suplexes. Then he hits an angle slam. The Conquistador throws Corbin over the top. He wins the Battle Royal and qualifies for the World Cup. And then he reveals himself to be Kurt Angle. So this was fun.
My thing is, why are you having a World Cup, but everybody in the World Cup so far is American?
America. That's why.
I like. Okay, I understand Kurt Angle. He's definitely the top. When I think USA, Kurt Angle all day. But John Cena magically found himself in it. He didn't even have to fight nobody. He just popped up in the mix already. And then we got what, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton.
See,
I mean,
senor.
I understand Randy Orton because he's a Trump supporter, so he's fucking with America. If anything got to do with the American flag, he's there. Randy
And
Orton's on call.
honorable discharges. That's your guy.
Yeah.
Hey man, I can't speak on that. We wasn't there. Did that really happen? We will never know. Can't speak on it. We just know he wasn't in that motherfucking Marine movie. You know that for sure.
We have a friendly babyface match between Nia Jax and Ember Moon. Ember Moon gets the win by countout. She beat the count after Nia missed her when she tried to do a spear. She ran into the LED board. Is it
Hurt.
good? Oh, go ahead.
I said that looked like it hurt too.
Oh, yeah, it did. The GOAT, Trish Stratus, is here. She talks about Alexa Bliss's little moment of bliss from last week. Then Alexa Bliss comes out. She runs down Trish. They go back and forth. Trish talks about, Mickey James knows what it's like to get caught up in Stratusfaction. And then Mickey James proposes that instead of them having a singles match at Evolution, that they have a tag team match. And so Trish is like, only if I had a partner. And then, of course, none other than Lita comes out. So Lita and Trish, they take care of business. Alexa Bliss bails. Lita and Trish beat down Mickey James. Lita teases the moonsault, but Mickey James gets out of the way and gets to the back. So we set up a tag team match at Evolution between Alexa Bliss and Mickey James versus Trish Stratus and Lita.
So basically, we got more matches for Crown Jewel than we got for Evolution, and Evolution's in what, 2 weeks?
See, senorita.
Oh, week. Somebody needs to be fired. Somebody needs to be fucking fired. ASAP.
Is your 16-year-old self happy to see Lita and Trish Stratus on the same team together?
Uh, maybe. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of worried about like is Lita okay to be in the ring? Like I mean, I knew she had like the bad neck. Is she gonna be okay?
Sis didn't even know she was wrestling at Evolution until WWE
Yeah,
said it on TV.
exactly.
So no, Sis is not okay, and she didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was at she don't even got a crib. She like apparently is like a nomad and just travels hotel to hotel with her dog and shit. So she was at probably some motel motherfucking six. Didn't even know what the fuck was going on watching Monday Night Raw. And they said Mickey James, or she probably got the alert on her phone on the app.
Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, they picked up a win over the Ascension, and then the Authors of Pain came out and beat up everybody. Paul Heyman came out to burn some time. He basically talked about Brock being at home, not watching the show, while Roman went to Australia, wrestled in a 6-man match, and now he has to do the same thing here on Raw. He says, Paul does, that he wants to see some violence, and he gives us a spoiler that Brock Lesnar will be winning the title back at Crown Jewel. And then the Shield arrives for our main event. So we have the Shield versus the Dogs of War. Basically, we get the reverse of the decision that we got at Crown Jewel. Braun posts Reigns, but Ambrose DDTs Braun on the floor. Roman Reigns spears Braun. Ambrose rolls back in, but Drew hits the Claymore and he pins Dean Ambrose. After the match, Dean Ambrose walks out on the Shield. So, still
Dun dun
teasing,
dun.
still teasing that Ambrose is not happy with his position in the Shield. So,
The thing is, what can you not possibly not be happy about? Nigga, you just got back. Of course everybody's gonna get championships. You gone. You at the crib. You think we just gonna stop working because Dean's gone, dog? No.
well,
Not
it
how it works.
seems like Seth could have pursued trying to be the tag team champions with him a little bit more. It's like they had like one match for the titles, and then he just kind of be like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with it no more."
I mean, would you?
Yeah,
Drew
that
McIntyre beating your ass like that?
was broke boy shit. He went with that.
So they could have done a little bit better by Dean. I just don't understand why he didn't take one of those matches the other week when Baron was like, "You can wrestle Seth, or you can wrestle Roman, or you can wrestle Braun." He had a choice.
Exactly. That's what the thing is. Like, it ain't like. But I guess WWE writing. You don't want to show your hand. We gotta have them turn on them like Seth did. Rowan and Dean back in the day. Somebody gotta take a chair to the back. You just can't be that easy.
So that was this week's Monday Night Raw, taking place from Chicago. It was an okay Monday Night Raw. Wasn't too bad. A couple of hidden
Well, I don't know. I'm glad Trish came in and addressed them motherfucking lies. But, cause bitch, we know you ain't know who Trish Stratus was until a few years ago, girl. Shut up. Till what 2014 when you signed your WWE contract, sis. Shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet. And if you do that math, you were not 7 meeting Trish Stratus, sis. Not 7.
So the scene shifts over to SmackDown from Indianapolis. Start off hot with Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's title. The title changes hands on disqualification. Charlotte hits the natural selection, but Becky powders to the floor. Charlotte follows, and Becky posts her bad arm. They brawl, and we get a double countout. After the match, Charlotte spears Becky through the LED board on the stage. Charlotte comes up, and her right arm is all cut up and bloody. Looked pretty bad. So this was like a 2-segment match. They got like 15, 20 good minutes on this. So this is a pretty good match to end up in a no DQ just to advance the story to get us a last woman standing match at Evolution. Are you excited about a last woman standing match, first ever, Miss Littlefoot?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Evolution's over with.
It's
It,
canceled.
it don't matter. It
You
don't matter what you do. First of all, I already told y'all the shit's in Long Island. Don't nobody give a fuck. That's really WWE set it up to be a failure by putting it in Long Island. Y'all could have had that shit anywhere else in New York, but y'all picked the farthest way out. First of all, people from New York don't even want to come to Long Island, so you want to make somebody travel from outside of New York to come to Long Island? Yeah, okay. So they tricked it then, and then they tricked it booking. Well, they unbooked a match on Monday. So yeah.
We have Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. They have a qualifying match for the World Cup. Samoa Joe still has that bad knee, so Jeff attacks the knee. Jeff repeatedly stomps on the bad knee, but Joe cuts him off with strikes, but Samoa Joe can't stand, and the ref has to wave it off. So Jeff Hardy advances via ref stoppage. So very interesting first match that Jeff Hardy's had since he took that big bump in Hell in a Cell. So he got a couple of weeks to kind of rest and recover. He looked pretty good, and Samoa Joe did an excellent job selling that knee. So we'll see what's next for Samoa Joe. Paige announces, like I said, that Becky and Charlotte will have a rematch at Evolution in the last woman standing match. We get Miz TV. Miz promises Paige that he'll stay professional tonight because his two guests are AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. Miz, tries to stir the pot, get these two guys to have some animosity towards each other, but they're not really, trying to go that route. They're trying to play the mutual respect card. They both, have things in common, like punching the Miz in the face. But Daniel Bryan finally starts kind of getting a little personal when he says that he had his dream. His dream was to fight back and become the WWE champion. And he believes deep down in his heart that he can beat AJ Styles. AJ Styles says that he's here and he's not going anywhere. So if he feels like he can beat him, then he can bring it on. And then the Miz runs them both down. Miz says that he beat Daniel Bryan. It was a fluke when he lost to Daniel Bryan, and that he knocked him out, that he beat him clean, and Daniel Bryan won on like a technicality. Miz then claims that AJ Styles has devalued the title and claims that he's the reason why it's no longer in the main event. And then Miz then says that he has the winners. Whoever wins the match between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan for the title that he's got next. And then Miz announces that AJ Styles will face Shelton Benjamin. So the Miz again with those hot fire facts at the end of that promo. AJ Styles gets the win over Shelton Benjamin with a phenomenal forearm. It's a pretty good match. Shelton Benjamin, still athletic as fuck, doing his thing, but AJ Styles.
I love him.
AJ Styles got the best of him in this matchup. Aiden English is back to give us the rest of the One More Night in Milwaukee. The One Night in Milwaukee, the director's cut. It basically starts off where it finished last week. English tells her that, all those kind words that Lana said mean the world to him, leans in, and the video cuts off. Aiden calls out Rusev and offers to destroy the video if he just kicks Lana to the curb and reunites Rusev Day. Lana arrives. She has a small talk with Rusev. Rusev says that this is serious and tells Aiden to play the full tape. Lana then has the Bat play the full tape because she hacked him. Lana says that it was very easy because Aiden's password was I heart Rusev. So they roll the tape and we see Aiden English try to make his move on Lana, but Lana says that he misunderstood what she meant and she leaves, So Aiden English is busted. English says that the offer still stands, and when Lana gets tired of Rusev Day, that she can come over and enjoy some English nights. So Rusev goes to attack Aiden, and Aiden runs off. So payoff to One Night in Milwaukee. Then the part that young Littlefoot did not enjoy at all, they announced that Rey Mysterio will return next week to face Shinsuke Nakamura. in a WWE World Cup qualifying match. So there's your answer to your question about why is everybody American. They're gonna break it up next week.
I mean, shit. There's only what 10 spots,
Yep, I think so.
and four of them is already American. You only got so many options. Y'all ain't that diverse.
They could put gender in it. Gender could win. There's India. Shinsuke could win. That's Japan.
They gonna throw some jobbers in. You already know that's a fact. So, so
Cesaro
then,
or Sheamus. One of those
doubt,
could get in.
doubt it. Doubt it. They should have literally had one person from every country represented. They could have pulled some people from the fucking cruiserweight classic. There was a lot of ways that you could have finessed that.
True
You could have
that.
got some people that were part time that motherfuckers ain't seen in a while. Y'all could have dug up Great Khali because I know y'all love doing that. Like,
Main event for
fire everybody.
Fire. Main event for SmackDown. It's the Big Show versus Randy Orton in another qualifying match for the World Cup. Randy Orton pokes the Big Show in the eye. While the Big Show is trying to gather his senses, Randy hits him with the RKO, and Randy Orton gets the win. So, so,
Man.
so far, we have John Cena, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton as the
All
four men
Americans.
who have qualified for the World Cup.
All Americans.
You feeling this new sadistic Randy Orton?
Who?
Or you? Are you feeling Randy Orton?
Who feeling Randy Orton? Period. No. Randy Orton and his stank ass wife can non cooking ass wife get up out of here.
Yeah, so Randy's still in full creep mode as he's been in the past couple of months or so. I thought Todd Dillinger was going to get involved in this match, but nope. Randy gets the win over the Big Show. Big Show first match in like a year since he got slammed out of the cage by Braun Strowman on Raw. So it's good to see him back in the ring, moving around, looking good actually. Final review of the night, NXT. Tommaso Ciampa starts off the show. He says that he's the greatest sports entertainer of all time with the greatest entrance music of all time. It's great because it brought silence to the sheep, but there's always one that needs to be different, and that is the Velveteen Dream. He says that you have the champ's attention, but you went about it the wrong way. The Velveteen Dream arrives and says that this is all amusing and that the Dream doesn't appreciate Ciampa. He believes that the NXT title deserves an experience and not an angry little ball man hiding behind his insecurities. Ciampa says that he may be angry and bald, but he has the championship, and Dream wants what he has, the main event, the spotlight, and the championship. Ciampa says Dream just wants attention, and he should just admit it. Ciampa says that the title says that Dream just isn't tough enough. Dream says he's more man than Ciampa can handle, and all he needs is a moment to prove it. Then Crazy Nikki Cross arrives, and the crowd chants for a triple threat. Nikki smiles at them, and she plays with Dream's tassels. The crowd chants, "Nikki knows a secret," and then she talks to Ciampa's title as she goes face to face with Ciampa. "I know what you did too. I know, I know, I know." Velveteen Dream gets freaked out and he just leaves. Nikki then kicks Ciampa's mics away, and then she keeps saying, I know, as she leaves. So this was a really good opening segment. Everybody's excited at Full Sail to see Velveteen Dream get a title shot versus Ciampa. So good seeds of them setting that up. Very good promo.
So what does she know?
Who attacked Aleister Black?
Oh, but it was Tommaso, wasn't it?
They haven't came out and said yet.
Damn, that shit happened months ago. Can we just get some? Damn.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
A mystery.
It's a mystery. It's the mystery that we should have got for Hideo Itami, but it never played out because everybody moved up because he took too long to get healthy.
Yeah, he fucking
he got hurt twice.
He's made out of glass.
So they're doing it with Aleister Black. Limitless. Keith Lee faces off against Kona Reeves. Kona Reeves has to follow an elbow drop, and then he poses. Reeves then grounds the action, but Keith Lee slowly fires up. Keith Lee hits the pounce, then ground zero, and Keith Lee is the winner. We get a Shayna Baszler video package that shows her training, and she's talking about her rematch against Kairi Sane. Then we have a Kairi Sane kind of pool interview outside the Performance Center. Kairi comments on the rematch with Baszler at Evolution. Kairi says that she isn't worried about Shayna and says that Shayna can train all she wants because Kairi Sane will win again. Steven Regal won't comment on the Aleister Black investigation, and then he meets with Cassius Ohno in the hallway. Ohno wants Regal's new toy, aka Matt Riddle, and says that maybe the new man attacked Aleister Black. Nikki arrives, and then she looks at Cassius Ohno and says, she knows. She knows.
So basically, she seen this go down.
Right. She was on the roof. So they had this.
Bitch, what are you doing on the roof?
Okay, let me set this up for you. So Aleister, so they come out in the parking lot. Aleister Black's all laid out. So I
remember that. I seen that. I remember.
Yes. That. So then they had this big old
who done it?
Right.
Clue segment. Okay.
Right. So they had like the big scope, the big picture of the parking lot, and then they start going through like this person was here and this person was there and these people were here and these people were there, and then they're like, and then there was Nikki Cross on top of the roof who may have had the best vantage point. But of course, since she's crazy, it's hard for them to get any of the information out of her. So that's why she's just going around talking about she knows, she knows, she knows. Main event time, and oh, what a main event it is. It's Ricochet versus Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole, baby, for the NXT North American Championship. We get a super kick and the last shot on Ricochet by Adam Cole. Adam Cole hits the over-the-knee brainbuster on Pete Dunne, and that gets a 2 count. Adam Cole then runs into a lariat, and Pete Dunne hits the bitter end on Adam Cole. But Ricochet flies in with a springboard 450 to break it up, and he gets the pin on Pete Dunne to retain the NXT North American Championship.
I like Ricochet. That's my dog.
I
didn't like him. I didn't like him at first, but that's my dog now. We cool. We chopped it up at Money in the Bank, so we cool now.
Okay, good. This match was straight flames. Did you see the Ricochet versus Adam Cole match for the title when Ricochet won the North American title?
Yeah.
Takeover. Okay. The spot where he does his springboard and Adam Cole super kicked him.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Pete Dunne and Adam Cole this time. He does a springboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this match was pretty hot. NXT has had some pretty freaking hot main events this year.
Yes, they have.
Main event. So this was right up there with it. Another great main event. Ricochet proving that he is the one and only Ricochet. So congrats to him. And we'll see if maybe this is the build up to something that'll get us to the War Games teams. Maybe it'll be Ricochet and Pete Dunne and the War Raiders against the Undisputed Era, because I think Bobby Fish is about ready to come back.
Yeah.
That'll be their 4 against Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and the War Raiders in War Games. That would be pretty cool. So at this time, Young Littlefoot, I'm going to open it up to you for your thank yous, shout outs, and all that good stuff.
Shout out to Twitter. Wrestling Twitter this week was lit. Yeah, it was lit. If you wasn't there, then you missed one because it was one for books. I don't really got no other shout outs in that. That was lit. Shout out to Wrestling Twitter. Always keeping shit alive in the streets.
Let the people know where they can find those t-shirts again.
AlexisLittlefoot.com/shop. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Young Littlefoot. YUNG Littlefoot.
All right. Thank you for coming on tonight and sitting in for Miss Dee Jonay. It's been a lot of fun, as always, chopping it up and catching up with you.
I have fun every time I come here. So
Give a shout out to the wrasslecast broadcast journalist Magnum Prime. Give a shout out to Sam as well. Give a shout out to everybody here that podcast on CSPN. Thank you to all the podcasters who make the network what it is. Thank you to all the Wrestle Bays and all the members of the Glow. Thank you to everybody who used the Rawcast, the SmackDown Matters, NXT Cast hashtags this week. Again, a big thank you to everybody who showed up for the hashtag Cast Down Under. It was a lot of fun. Again, especially to the people who woke up in between 5 and 7 to watch most of the event live as it happened. Big shout out to y'all. Please support the CSPN by going over to patreon.com/CSPN Media. Gain access to exclusive content as far as podcasts, videos, things that you can't find through our normal feed. You can find over at patreon.com/CSPN Media. Please give a listen to the Forever Young cast as we are joined by Miss V. What Sleep Though? She joins Jupiter Julep and Madame Lizette to form the Shield, and they triple power bomb Tony Storm's performance in this past round. So check that out. And also, me and Anwar Starwind got together to talk about New Japan in the latest episode of Cast of Strong Style. So we reviewed the 3 Destruction shows, Fighting Spirit Unleashed and King of Pro Wrestling. So that's a new, fresh episode of Cast of Strong Style for everybody to check out. So lots of content here on the CSPN, especially if you're into wrestling. So please check out the WrassleCast, Forever Young Cast, and Cast of Strong Style. And so for our special guest, Young Littlefoot, the WrassleCast broadcast journalist, Magnum Prime, I'm your host, Don Delarente. This has been episode 206 of the WrassleCast. Please stay tuned for the parting promo. Thank you, Miss Littlefoot.
you're welcome.
I appreciate it. I don't know what you're doing this weekend, but may it be